young professionals with limited time and ingredients struggle to find quick and easy recipes to cook with. Our team made the decision to create a web application that must address a pressing issue in a group of people's daily lives. We decided to focus our app on cooking meals at home after brainstorming potential solutions. Our hypothesis was that when faced with a kitchen stocked with few ingredients, people find it difficult to prepare meals. We aim to create an app that offers flexibility, recipes, utilizing the ingredients they already have. With the help of this app, we hope that users will be able to reduce food waste over time and ultimately save money. The main objective is to identify the number of individuals who find themselves in a situation where they have almost all the necessary ingredients but aren't unsure what to prepare. Do you cook frequently? How frequently do you go grocery shopping? How long will it take to complete these tasks? Do you have an easy time deciding what to cook? That is why we decided to create LeftOvers as a solution to these problems.
This is use case 1 for the LeftOvers app. You are here on the logon screen, and this is for registering a new user. You will click on sign up, enter the first name, enter the last name, enter the email, username, and a password. And when you click submit, it'll pop up saying the user is created. And as you can see, the values come through. Next step is going to be getting this data stored, probably in SQLite, and that will be it. Once you're done, it takes you back to the login screen.
Next, after registration of what Brian was mentioning, the next case would be for login, logout for the next use cases, and then this would be officially done after a user has created their account. So then once they're able to log in with their username and passwords onto the interface, the main controller will then have to verify the information. So it would send the information onto user verification control, and this would be responsible for actually sending the data submitted by the user to the table to actually then verify the information so that it corresponds to the account. And then this would be within the database. And then once that information is confirmed, that user table will then send a verification to the user verification to see and ensure that the information matches that of an existing count on the database. And then that user verification will then confirm the login to actually allow the user to then log in into the app. And then if the information does not correspond to what they're inputting, an error will be thrown, and then the user will then be asked again to input the information. So then they can log in. And then the next case with being able to log out would deal as well with the database because the information is also being pulled from there. And then once they decide to log out of their account, once they're done with using it, the main control will then send a confirmation message back to the user to actually confirm that they are wanting to log out. And then the controller will actually send the information to the user verification control, and they will send the data submitted by the user to the table. And then the user verification will then confirm the logout and then allow that user to log out of their account. And then once that has been completed, they would be redirected to the login page. And then following the next steps of how that's actually being tested and confirmed on would be through the database and what was mentioned on building out the queries as well as the cases in our system to be able to allow for that process. And then a bit of information from what we have created up so far would be like, for the login required, would be the route to the login to ensure that they're actually being routed to the right page, and if it needs to be any errors thrown, if they have problems logging in, that would occur. And this would be some of the information that we are pushing to ensure a successful login and logout.
Hello, my name is Jennifer. I am responsible for the use case scenario 4, which is to create a recipe right here. So once a user is logged in, what we would be doing is having the user input things like the recipe type, name, description, ingredients, and directions of how to create the recipe. I have just created the HTML and the style sheet for it, but this is an example of it on the HT docs. So a user would input the name, say it would be whatever, chicken pot pie, description, baked meal, ingredients, leftover chicken breast, etc. And the directions of like heat oven to 350, and we would add the recipe and it would be inputted into a database. But so far, we've just started at the beginning of this for like the HTML portion. Soon it'll be coded in Python, which I have started but have not completed.
Use case 5. And use case 5 refers to how our user can leave a review using our application. Users value ratings and reviews. Allowing users to rate recipes will help them remember which ones they liked, while also assisting them in choosing a top-notch recipe from the ratings of others. In order to see how the recipes are rated before trying a new one, users who are browsing the recipe content want to read reviews and ratings from other users. The button to create a review can be clicked. The backend and connection to database is still in progress. Although this page is not yet complete, users will be able to leave reviews and ratings once it is finished. It first starts off with us assuming the user has logged in. Then a user can enter ingredients and or add different categories on the checklist on the home page. Then click on the show recipe button on the home screen, and then they will be able to scroll through the results screen, and then they'll be able to click on a specific recipe and then scroll to see reviews and ratings, or decide to add a review or rating. Feedback from ratings and reviews is extremely valuable. User feedback can highlight problems, eliminate novel use cases, and guide product innovation. Analyzing user reviews can help your company better understand overall user satisfaction, because they can give you insight into what your user really wants.
We've now arrived to our final use case for this demonstration. This use case is our nutritional information function, where users can browse recipe nutrition facts. After the user has logged in and generated recipe search results, they'll click the nutritional info link. This link will take the user to a new page where they'll see the nutritional information for their recipe. On the back end, the requests are sent to the API, which provides the browser and user with a display of the nutritional information for that recipe. The data source we're using for this feature is from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Agricultural Research Service. It is the USDA National Nutrient Database for standard reference. The API is free to use, and it's updated twice per year to maintain accuracy and update new items. Of course, as we iterate through the feedback and debugging cycle, we may come across some food items that are not represented in this particular database. From there, we may have to access additional database sources to ensure missing items are included. The inclusion of nutritional information is important overall because having access to this data is vital for many users. If a user has food allergies or dietary restrictions, they can avoid recipes with those particular ingredients. It's also a great feature for users who want to track their intake of different macronutrients or vitamins. Overall, it saves so much time for the user when they have this information at their fingertips, instead of having to do all the searching and calculating on their own. After we receive some feedback from this demo, our goal is to get right to work with the debugging and redesign process. There are many areas of our application that need to be finalized in order for our program to run seamlessly for our users. Specifically, we will be working on configuring the APIs and connected databases, as well as cleaning up our user interface designs. We will also be testing our application frequently to reduce errors and update accordingly. Your feedback in particular is truly appreciated, as we value all perspectives and strive to make our application a great experience for all users. In review, LeftOvers is an application that can save users two things there never seem to be enough of: time and money. Our application provides a streamlined process to find recipes to make, with food that would otherwise go to waste. Rather than searching through recipes one by one, Googling, hoping they can use some ingredients they have, users can instead let their pantry do the planning. They can rate and save recipes, and even access recipe nutrition facts, all in one application and in less time. We thank you for providing some of your own time watching our demo, and hope you are inspired to try LeftOvers for your own cooking adventures.